Yes, resume. Next point is resume can be chronological order or reverse chronological order. Now, what is this chronological order is if I am stating my highest qualification at the top. For example, as I have done Master of Philosophy, I have done post graduation in English, I have done graduation, I have done plus 2, I have done 10. When I have to put my education qualification or academic qualification, first I will write down my highest qualification on number 1, number 2, then after that, for example, I will write my first MPhil, then second number I will write my MA English, third number I will write down my graduation, fourth point I will write down my plus 2, and fifth I will write down my 10th. This is the way this is called, the way writing education in this or your experience. If suppose I talk about my experience, I started my working with the Wipro, then I joined Baba Kumar Singh, and then I started working in Amritsar Engineering College. If I have to write down my resume, first I will mention my Amritsar College on number 1, number 2 my working in Baba Kumar Singh Ji Engineering College, and number 3 I stated my working in Wipro as a senior level executive. So this way, if I am putting down my current on my highest or my current on the top, this is called chronological order. Resume is written in chronological order or reverse. Reverse means if I am putting 10th first, then plus 2, then graduation, then post graduation. This is reverse chronological order. But CV is always on the chronological order. If principal sir has to write down, he first write down his PhD, then his masters, then in graduation, then plus 2, then 10th. Reference are not mentioned in resume unless asked for. In the resume, till the time if the employer is not looking or seeking for the reference, we don't need to mention. But in curriculum vitae, they need to be mentioned whether it is asked or not. Now let's see the very basic type of resume. I also will give you the image whatever I have made in my copy, that how we have to make resume or how you have to paste a resume when it comes in your MST as well as in your final exams. This is the very basic structure that we have to put down resume in the center, then your name, father's name, mother's name, date of birth, nationality, your address, contact number, email, education qualification. If you see, I have first put down MTech, then BTech, then plus 2, and then 10th. This is called chronological order. Then we can write down what are the special traits you have, if you have any experience, what is your career objective. At the end we mention that every information which I am providing in my resume is correct to my senses, your place, your date, and your signature. That is the very basic format which I have given, because it is not the resume you have to make, just it is an example for you all that you can see it. Now every time, as in your last semester, when you people remember, when you have made report, before report you have made letter of transmittal. So this is a formality that official document never sent alone. We always have to make a letter in front of that what we are sending. And for resume, if you are sending your resume to any company or to any university for your further education, you need to send a covering letter with that. With your resume, a covering letter is sent, and first the employer read your covering letter, and then they come to know that whether your resume is, for example, if any resume comes to our college has different departments. It has computers, it has civil, it has management, it has agriculture. Now if any person is sending his or her resume, the people who are working in main office, how they will come to know that this resume is for which department? Through their covering letter, the person is describing that what he has done and for which post he is applying. And then they just go through with the subject of the letter, and then they come to know that this particular letter, this particular resume belongs to which department. So let's read. Covering letter is a pre-resume document that accompanies the formal resume or CV. It gives in brief the information regarding all the details of education, qualifications, skills, and personality traits of the sender of the resume. The letter act as a motivator to the reader or employer to go through the details and call the candidate for the interview. That is a covering letter. It's we always have to make. And for your MST as well as in final exams, when you get this question that you have to make a resume, so before making a resume you first have to make a covering letter. In the covering letter you will describe that for which post you are applying, and then you will make your resume according to the format which we will discuss and in the class as well as here. These are the general information about that the letter which we are sending with the resume, that can be of two types. One is solicited and other one is unsolicited. If you have read any advertisement, if our college is giving any advertisement in newspaper, in media, in TV or anywhere, and people are applying after that, that is called solicited covering letter. You are giving reference that from a newspaper advertisement in the Tribune or in the Dainik Jagran we come to know that there is a vacancy in the college, and sometimes there is no vacancy. So for example, in the companies there are walk-in interviews, so they are not giving advertisement for walk-in interviews. People go, give their resume, and if they have vacancy they interviewed them. So that is called unsolicited covering letter. If you are, suppose my friend is working in a company, and I asked him that I want to join your company, and he sent me, he told me that send your resume to my company. Whenever they have any vacancy they will call you. And if I am sending my resume to his company, I am sending resume with the unsolicited covering letter because there is no advertisement for the post. And further, the covering letter, as you people have done letter in your previous semester, it has three parts. Letter has an opening part, middle part, and closing part. Opening part describe why you are writing the letter. Middle part describe you the reason, that you are explaining your reason. You are explaining that you want to join, you have this particular qualification or eligibility, and in the closing part you describe what action you are looking for. These are some do's and don'ts of resume writing. I think you can read it. I don't have to read, just these are the simple things which you can go through and you will come to know. These were the basic, whatever I want to say, I have just given it to you. These are some do's and don'ts of resume writing. Just go through. These are not the things which are going to ask you in your exam. You have to make resume in the practical form. So these are the types of resume which I already have told you. First is the chronological order resume, which I have told that if you are starting from top of your qualification or top of your experience in the on the first position. Functional resume are the resume which are based on some function. If suppose if in any company they are looking for a manager, they are looking for a group leader, and you are irrespective of your qualification, they are just asking that the person should have this particular experience. And if you are applying that, that means your resume is not your resume is going to serve for some particular function. Combination means where both functional as well as chronological or qualities are there. And the last one is targeted. If some target you are providing, that I will if this is given to me, I will go and apply this, then that can be a targeted resume. Now further is that detail of that, I think that you can go and read by your own. If you have any doubt you can ask me, but that is not the thing which you have to read in detail. You just have to go through that. In the viva might be they can be asked that what are they these are the things.